Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. This is Sheriff Timothy Carter, Shenandoah County Sheriff, and today we're doing our Sheriff's Student Spotlights. And I want to, just give you guys a little bit of background on this. We started doing this about 2 years ago, and then we started doing some interviews with our student spotlights, and then COVID hit. And we haven't done one of these since, I guess it was maybe March or February of last year. So today, though, I have two really special guests with me. I have Emily Bowman, who is a senior at Central High School, and I have Colleen Franklin, who is also a senior at Stonewall Jackson High School. We've got a third student spotlight. He was not able to join us today. His name is Justin Day from Strasburg High School, but we are going to be talking with Colleen and with Emily. So welcome you guys to the podcast. I'll go ahead and get started then. I guess since Emily's here with me in person, Emily, I'm going to let you just tell us a little bit about yourself, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So my name's Emily Bowman. I'm from Central High School. I'm active in my FFA chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually the president, and I also have swam on the varsity swim team, varsity cross country team. I show pigs and lambs at the county fair, the state fair, and at the national level. I'm a member of the National Honor Society, so that's a little bit about me. I'm also involved in my church's youth group and 4-H club.
Right, and Emily and I were talking before we got started. She actually lives near me. I used to run when I was younger. I don't run anymore. I walk now. But I walk a lot, and I see Emily from time to time when she's coming, either going to school or coming home. So welcome to the sheriff's office today,
Thank
Emily.
you.
Colleen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I'm Colleen Franklin. I'm a senior here at Stonewall Jackson. I do both soccer, volleyball, and basketball. I've done that for 4 years on varsity. I also do SCCLA. I've done that since freshman year. I'm currently the president of SCCLA. I also do NHS, National Honor Society, and then I used to be a part of the environmental club.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're going to Concord University, is that correct? Are you playing a sport there, Colleen?
Yes, I am planning to play soccer there.
Okay, well, congratulations. I know that'll be exciting. That'll be fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, let's see, Emily, you're going to Virginia Tech.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, Virginia Tech is a good school. I went to JMU, but hey, who's counting, right?
Yeah.
Now, guys, when we do these sheriff's student spotlights, we talk about leadership, and I guess I'll start with Emily. We'll start with you. What do you think's helped you the most in becoming a young leader while you've been in high school?
Probably just like the organizations I've been involved in, and my parents have pushed me to be very outgoing. I've always been a very outgoing kid. I was very hyperactive, so I've never really had a problem with talking to new people or, just like the people I surround myself with. Yeah,
I think, you and most people do point out that your parents are role models for you.
Yes.
And they do push you. How about, Colleen, how about you as far as leadership and developing, becoming a young leader in high school? What do you think's been helpful to you?
I am the same way. My parents are so into making me be so open all the time. They're constantly open to everyone. They always speak their mind. And I feel like that's where I get it from. I will talk to whoever is around me, whether I know them or not. And I think that's like what you need to do is you need to be able to be open and talk to anyone.
Uh-huh. Now, also, one of the things I ask our young leaders is if you had advice, Colleen, to give younger students on leadership, what would that advice be?
I definitely would say that you don't want to just stay by yourself. You can't really be a leader if you're on your own and you're not out there communicating with other people and just having experiences like that. I personally feel like you need to be able to communicate with others if you want to be a leader, because if there's no communication and you're not getting yourself out there, then you cannot be a leader.
I tell you, when I look at younger deputy applicants, and the work that we put into younger staff, you're right. A lot of it is communicating with people, being able to talk to people, in various situations, whether it's high stress situations or not. And so, yeah, I agree with you about the communication there, and it's something that we work on a lot with younger staff. How about you, Emily? Is there any advice you'd give to younger students?
I agree with Colleen. I think also standing up for what's right, whether it's you're standing alone, because being a good role model, because people are going to look at you no matter what. So doing what's right and yeah, that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. And I tell you, just speaking from personal experience, I've been in this job for a pretty long time, and you're right. Sometimes you are part of the group and you're going along with the group, but sometimes you got to get on a different path. I agree with that, and do what you think is right. So yeah, I'm totally in agreement with you there. Now we talked a little bit about your guys' your immediate goals as far as going to college or universities. What about career? Anything there you wanna talk about, Emily?
So I'm going to Virginia Tech to major in dairy science, and I plan to be a large animal veterinarian. I want to do reproduction work, so that's what I want to do in the immediate future. But I want to come back to Shenandoah County, give back to the community that's given so much to me.
And how about you, Colleen? Anything you've got in your career plans? Have you thought about that yet?
I am undecisive on my main job that I would love to do, but I am really into photography, so I'm definitely planning on having my own business in photography. But I'm like Emily, I plan to come back here after I graduate because this is home. I love everything that this area has done for me, so I want to be able to come back and make sure that it keeps growing.
Well, I tell you guys, I like to hear that because Shenandoah County is a nice place to live, and it's a nice place to work, and it's a nice place to raise a family. So I'm really really happy that both of you guys are thinking in that line. Now, before I forget this point, it's been a rough year. Been COVID and mostly hybrid, some virtual school this year. Any thoughts on that, Colleen, as far as how it's been to deal with COVID and not be there, being away from your friends and sports and clubs and relationships? How's that been for you this year?
It's definitely different. Not exactly the way I had imagined this year going, but I definitely think that having to adjust through all of these changes with all the people around me has able to grow me in different ways. Being able to handle things and experience different things because of the circumstances. I feel like a lot of the chances that I had this year wouldn't have happened if the circumstances were not the way they were. But at the same time, I feel like I could have had different experiences if it wasn't this way.
Right. How about you, Emily? Any thoughts on that?
I agree with that. Yeah, I think definitely this year's definitely prepared me for the future, for college, working, making hard decisions. Being a senior, it was definitely disappointing to hear that we weren't going to be able to go back full term, but I agree. It's opened a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have had if we would have been fully back. So,
well, I'll tell you, we if I get another invitation to a Zoom meeting, I think I'm going to scream because it's one of those things where we're doing Zoom meetings or participating in Zoom meetings and or go-to meetings or whatever they have, and it's helped me there from a technological standpoint is to get used to doing things differently. But I do like the personal interaction. I like going to the conference or going to the meetings and seeing people and talking about things maybe that aren't on the agenda of the Zoom call or the go-to meeting. But you're right. I think it's helped me in ways that I didn't expect for it to help me with. But it has been a challenge also. Well, guys, listen, those are the main questions that I have. Colleen, is there anything that maybe you want to add or anything that maybe I missed in our time
No,
together
I
here?
think you've covered it.
Okay. How about you, Emily? Anything?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, we'll wave at each other on the way by
Yes.
as you're coming in. And I do want to mention again before I go, he was not able to join us today, but the guy's name is Justin Day, and he is a senior at Strasburg High School. He's also a member of the National Honor Society, Future Farmers of America, and FCCLA, and he's also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. When we asked him what would his peers say about him, he commented and he said that they would say that I'm a hard worker, nice, dedicated, polite, and respectful. And he also attributes his greatest strength as when he sets a goal, he stays determined and motivated to achieve the goal. So we want to give him that recognition today, Justin, Emily, and Colleen. And guys, I really appreciate you spending just a few minutes of your time today with us, and we're getting these student spotlights back on track. I wish you the best. We're very, I know, I know your parents are proud of you. I know your teachers and school administrators are all proud of you guys, and so is everyone here in the sheriff's office. We're rooting for you, and we hope that you are successful whatever you do, and that you can come back here if it's something that you like to do. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and thank you all for joining us today. And don't forget to follow me on @TimothyC.Carter on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, along with full podcasts that can be found on my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button to get new show notifications, and please go ahead and smash that like button.